I personally am not a mom, but lately on social media, there's been a showing of the tough side of motherhood, those reels where women can go from carefree to feeling stuck and overwhelmed. And it's clear that while becoming a mom is absolutely beautiful, it can also feel like you're losing parts of yourself. So Dr. Courtney Gowin says it doesn't have to be that way. She's a prenatal chiropractor, wellness advocate, and founder of the Nest Wellness Village. And she's here to share how moms can reconnect and find that spark again. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good to be back.
So glad to have you back. Okay, so tell me, why do so many moms feel like they've almost lost themselves after they have a child?
I think this is so common because for 9 months, that attention goes from mom, her pregnancy, her baby shower, her birth plan, to instantly changing towards that baby and caring for that baby. So their needs go from them caring for 9 months to caring everything about their baby, their body, their mental health, everything.
You're basically just focused on the baby and nothing else. And
100%.
that includes even yourself and the people that are around you. Now, how much does, I think we hear all the time about postpartum depression, how much does that play into that?
It plays a huge role. Whenever you start to feel like you're losing yourself, you start to shift into a new role, and it's a whole identity shift. So whenever we're talking about mental health issues and maternal health, it's a big issue. So I think it plays a big role, and I'm so thankful these women are starting to bring it to light. So it's an important conversation we need to be having.
It is, and knowledge is power when it comes to conversations like this, because I think if you don't know that you're not the only person that's going through it, it almost feels like the world is like...
Feels isolating.
Yeah, swallowing you up almost in a sense. And so you work closely with moms literally every single day. So what do you think is a recurring theme you hear from them that signals something deeper is really going on?
We see about 1,200 moms a month.
My gosh.
And so we start to really get to see these mothers. We walk through their entire journey with them. And I think the biggest thing we hear and we see is, I don't feel like myself. Or I just want to get back to feeling like myself. And that shows me that mom is not only tired, but she's disconnected to who she is.
And that's scary, because I think a lot of the times, like obviously throughout our life, we go through those life changes, right? And we become something different, or, you know, we grow into the person that we want to be. But I think also when you have an identity change that you know you wanted, but it changes you in a way that you did not expect, it's very scary it's a hard pill to swallow. And so everyone has a different journey when it comes to motherhood. Do you remember a moment when you felt like maybe the spark was fading for you?
Like last week or today?
She's like, it's still happening every now and again.
It's a continuous process of pouring back into yourself. I had my own struggles with postpartum depression, and that's what gave me the vision to form the business I have now, because I didn't want any mother to feel alone ever again, because I've been there. And if you're watching this and you're a mother, just know that you're not alone in this. Like, it's a very common thing.
What maybe advice would you have for someone? Maybe there's someone who's pregnant right now, and we're talking about these things, and they're nervous because they're like, oh my gosh, these things are coming, and they could possibly happen to me. What advice would you give to them as they are still going through the journey of carrying their child?
I would definitely say start now in building your community, and know that it's a becoming. Like, there's this woman inside of you that you haven't even met yet that has so much strength and power through that birth process and into motherhood. And just on the other side of that, you're going to step into that and become something beautiful. Yeah.
You say finding yourself. It doesn't have to be something huge, or even you don't have to buy yourself anything expensive necessarily. It can actually be something small.
Yep.
What would you say as far as how small?
It could be as simple. I have 3 daughters, and it could be as simple as pumping up Taylor Swift in the kitchen and having a dance party and moving your body and doing something that you really love.
So moms should also reconnect, I think, with their body. I think we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Why is that so important? And what are some easy ways we can reconnect with loving ourselves again? Because I know looking in the mirror can sometimes be difficult.
Your body changes.
Right after.
Absolutely. Movement is medicine. And so if you can just move your body, if it is 20 minutes a day, you go on a walk, that's going to change your mental health. It's going to shift everything if you can just start moving and check in with your body.
You know what? And I think what goes into that, scheduling that, but also scheduling a little bit of joy. You say incorporate joy into your day. Find some spaces for you. What does that maybe look like?
You know, we schedule everything as moms, parent teachers, doctor's appointments, everything is scheduled. Why are we not scheduling our mental health? So if we can schedule time for a bath, a meditation, a yoga class, make sure we're prioritizing that first so we can pour from an overflow.
Just 30 minutes of closing your eyes, taking a little bit of time for yourself. I love that. Tell me a little bit more about Nest Wellness Village. It's expanding. Talk about where people can find find you?
So stepping into commercial real estate development for moms. It's going to be on-site childcare and 18,000 square foot of wellness space for mothers to pour into themselves. You can find out more, Instagram, Dr. Courtney Gowin, and nestwellnessvillage.com.
Wow, wow. Well, thank you so much for taking care of the people that take care of us so
Absolutely.
well.